fast approaching a quarter to 4, so 3:43 in fact at present time. And we have, as Kate said, the John Kelly Memorial Perpetual Trophy. We'll let you know about that. And also the Betty J. Tupper Memorial Perpetual Trophy for the Reserve Champion Gentleman Rider. We have the Mary Wilsellen Memorial Perpetual Trophy, donated by members of the Light Harness Association for the Supreme Champion Turnout. And Mary Wilsellen was just the most amazing lady. She was just a lady that touched so many people's hearts. And I had the great honour of sitting with her in the members' stand at Moore Park the last year while Mr. Vince Corby judged the hacks. And Mary Wilsellen and I sat up and recorded an interview with her. And it was one of the great highlights of my announcing career to meet a lady that was an absolute legend, an icon in the harness world, and also beautiful ponies that she bred as well. And she was a pretty tough taskmaster, I'd imagine. I wouldn't have liked to have very gentle, but I wouldn't have liked to get on the wrong side of Mary. She knew exactly what she wanted, expected that too, and why not? Because and we have a lovely poem that we'll be recording or bringing to you when they present that. It's going to be presented in fact, it was written for her. I don't think Mary actually heard the poem because it was written for Mary after she passed away, and it was read out at her funeral by Mr. Bruce Walker as a tribute from all the friends, and it's a lovely poem. So I know Phil has all that queued up there, fabulous Phil on the acoustics, and we'll look forward to presenting that to you at the appropriate time. And Mary Louise Wilsellen, OAM, nee Knight Gregson. You know, and I feel very honoured, Kate, when I look at Mary Wilsellen, Louise Wilsellen, with an Order of Australia after when I received one a few years ago now, and I was nominated by all the friends at shows. The show I was nominated by the show community of Australia and Queensland, and it's a great honour when you feel very humble when you go down to receive the award. In fact, sitting alongside me were two wonderful people that have in absolute tragedy, but have changed so much of the world and made a difference, and that is Bruce and Denise Morecambe. I had the great honour of sitting alongside of them and down at Government House in Brisbane and talking to them and sharing with them, and just an amazing couple that with the strength and that what they do now to passing on and letting young people know about the safety requirements of the world we live in, and you know, it's just a lovely couple. So we look forward to that. And what a great lineup we have down here, these superb lineup in this class 95.
Indeed, yes, it's the Anza Saddle Horse Gelding, 4 years and over 15 hands and not exceeding 16 hands. A rather large class here for our judge, Mr. Warren Long, to work his way through. As they all parade around him, he'll be looking for the standout horses and calling them in.
This is the Supreme Champion, my dear. This is the Supreme, yeah. If you stayed there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Supreme Champion Turnout, the Mary Wilsellen Memorial Perpetual Trophy. And it's going to be on your screen, in fact, it's on your screen now. And this trophy was donated by members of the Light Harness Association, RAS of New South Wales, awarded of Excellence Medallion from the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales. And I'll just, in fact, get Kate to come and join me, and I'll just ask Kate to introduce you to our two judges who'll be judging this event too, because in a turnout we have both our judges that are required to judge this event here today.
Yes, our judges are Mrs. Esther Goodwin and Mr. Robert Lidgard. They've had a very busy schedule here at the show, and they are now going to be judging Supreme.
Well, Kate, just up on the screen now is catalogue number 1716. Just out before our judges now, and it was the winner, was the champion buggy or sulky Turnout for a horse. And as you can see there, the beautiful vehicle, the lovely sulky, and the requirements they with accessories they require the rug for the knees as well, and also a vehicle like that would be carrying a spanner under the vehicle there, just in front of the lanterns, so just under the seat, in case they had problems with a wheel or a problem. And you'll also notice, of course, the gentleman that acts as a groom, he is also assisting alongside the driver as well. So, a lovely exhibit that we see here. And that magnificent Hackney horse in front. And if you look at the high knee stepping action there, it's like the volcanic paces that the Hackney shows. And it's just beautiful to see. And the only time we see that now, it's in fact we see it in the show ring at the Royal Shows, as we see here. And as Kate has said, Kate, the numbers we've had down here this year have just been superb. So look at that action. Amazing.
And it's partly bred action and partly trained. So we want a brilliant, striking, look-at-me kind of presence for these horses that would have been owned by the wealthy and would have been quite a spectacular sight if they went down the streets when they were commonplace, unlike today.
And that vehicle you see is a vehicle that is used totally in the showgrounds, the show ring. And at the other end of the arena too, we have those eligible for the various classes for our rider class as well. There's our judge that Kate just introduced you to one of our judges, Mrs. Esther Goodwin, and who we welcome today as well. There is one judge will judge the horse, the other judge will judge the vehicle, and also the harness. And so they then collate the points, they collate the score, and they join them together. You can see our steward there is young Chris Eggleton. He will be assisting our judge. He'll write down the scores that she awards and the scores that she gives, and then the two scores are added together for the turnout to decide who will be the overall Supreme Champion for 2016. Well, our next our judge now, you can see over there, our other judge, who's judging the Class 2. That's is Mr. Robert Lidgard. Mr. Robert Lidgard is involved with the riding for the disabled in his state. And we have catalogue number 1695 is going out now before our judges. 1695 was the winner of our champion pony Turnout in a sulky or buggy. So with our ponies, the ponies measure up to 14 hands in height. And the lovely pony there. You know, we see so many breeds, Kate, that used particularly Welsh ponies. And that's what we refer to predominantly as a palomino. A palomino is a colour. It's not a breed. And it can be, in fact, in many, represented from many breeds. But the palomino is a coloured horse. And in simple terms, the palomino should have the colour of a newly minted gold coin. That's what they like to be referred to as a newly minted gold coin. But that lovely pony's was the winner of Special Class 716, which was the champion pony Turnout in a sulky or buggy. And another sulky we see there. So the buggy's a four-wheel vehicle, the sulky a two-wheel vehicle. As we mentioned throughout the show, that it can take, when they restore a vehicle such as that, it takes many, many hours. And by the time you have the sign rider and the wheelwright comes along, and you can see it just there being part of the workout, has been asked to just back up. It just shows you the training that's gone in as well, and all the effort that goes into the preparing and the preparation. Look at the brass there. And that's what we call the Sydney brass sulky. You see all the brass glistening there. That vehicle, there's not a lot of them in Australia anymore, but that vehicle there has been beautifully restored, and that was a vehicle that was used very much after the First World War, looking back at 1919 to the 20s, and then in the early parts of the 1930s. A vehicle like that, you can even see the steps on the side where they step into the vehicle. So the workout is set for each of these exhibits. They receive the workout from our judge or judges. And it's just completed this workout, so we'll go back into line. It just goes up past in between our two judges now. And you notice the attendant or the groom that is at the lead or the front of the horse or the pony. And they serve a very important role, and that is you'll, if you watch this vehicle as it comes back in, you'll notice the groom there, the attendant as well. He just turns around at all times he's watching, and the pony will be turned around and come up to where the groom is standing. And so that's the attendant there just walking forward and just giving it a pat and saying, well done. So very soon, our next exhibit, which will be looked at by one of our judges, in fact both judges, will make its way out for the workout as well. And all the people, Kate, that are watching this event, this is being live streamed too here this afternoon. We have that beautiful little Pinto and the buggy coming out, Kate. What a magnificent sight that is.
Yes, indeed, and definitely we're helped by the weather today. It is spectacular to see all of these horses out here and their turnout being judged in such brilliant conditions. We've had wet weather here at various points throughout the show, and not much fun trying to show at your top level when it's pouring with rain. So we are just so lucky to have beautiful blue skies today here in Sydney, 26 degrees, perfect conditions for showing, and this wonderful Supreme Champion class now currently being judged.
And just before you know is catalogue number 2057. It was the winner of Special Class 734, which was the champion Shetland Pony Turnout. And the Shetland ponies, they came to Australia in the early, the mid-1830s or thereabouts. And the Shetland ponies from Scotland, and they have a double coat. They have a double coat for winter, and they shed that coat as we go into the hotter summer months. But they're a breed, a pony, the Shetlands are a beautiful breed, and they were ponies that were used many years ago, Kate, over in the coal mines over in Scotland. And
absolutely, they pulled carts and they carried peat on the moors, and they are the strongest horse for their size of all the pony breeds. So carrying this load will be no trouble at all to this particular little pony.
And I always say they're shown a la carte natural, where even though there's a lot of effort, a lot of work and preparation's gone into the presentation, but their mane's not plaited, or the tail, etc., and but they still require a lot of preparation, particularly when you look at a Pinto. That's the colour of the Pinto. It's another colour, one of our coloured breeds, and the Pinto is, or the term Pinto is pintado, which means painted, or an exhibit that is has two colours. They can be from any riding pony or Shetland ponies you see, and they have to have sound confirmation as well. The Pinto colour, they say originally from Europe, and the term Pinto or paint, as I said, is the Spanish for pintado. It refers to the colour of the horse, the distinctive two-colour coat pattern of white and any other solid colour. And these horses were much prized by the American Indians, particularly those great horse warriors, the Comanche, who loved the toughness as well and stamina. Sorry, you're right there? So there's that beautiful exhibit going up there now, which is the champion Shetland pony turnout. So this is the award that carries the special prize for the Mary Wilsellen Memorial Perpetual Trophy. And the Mary Wilsellen contribution to the equestrian world was wide-reaching. She was a life member of the Equestrian Federation of Australia, a life member and patron of the Australian Pony Studbook, a life member of the Australian Driving Society and patron of the Riding Pony Studbook Society. In 2002, Mary Wilsellen became one of the Royal Easter Show's inaugural show legends for her contribution to the show and the world of ponies. The trophy is donated by friends and supporters of the late Mrs. Mary Wilsellen and members of the Light Harness Association in honour of her significant contribution to the Royal Easter Show and to harness horse and pony breeding, first presented in 2004. So the exhibit we see going out before our judges now is press plate number 2398. And the catalogue number 2398 was the winner of Special Class 687, the champion 2 or 4 wheeled hard-tied turnout. So another lovely sulky we see there, beautifully presented as well. And a lot of the exhibitors you see here today in these classes, some are from Victoria, and we have some from New South Wales as well. So they've come from, and also we've had exhibitors from Queensland and South Australia, and even had guests from Western Australia. In fact, every state and territory of Australia have been here showing this year as well. Well, folks, we just have Kate Day to introduce you with a very special award.
The winner of class number 776, Australian National Champion, Gentleman Rider, 17 years and over, goes to catalogue number 2492, Clint Bilson from Somerville in Victoria. Congratulations. Clint also wins the John Kelly Memorial Perpetual Trophy donated by his equestrian friends in the memory of Mr. J. Kelly for the Australian National Champion Gentleman Rider, 17 years and over.
Well, just looking back, we have, in fact, looking at our champion gentleman rider, the John Kelly Memorial Perpetual Trophy last year. It was won by Dylan Gregg, and the year before that was Troy Wilson from Bega. Dylan comes from Brandy Hill in New South Wales. Adam Oliver from Guanabara in 2013, and he also won it in 2011. And Mark Kensing won it for 2 years as well, and Jason McDonald won it in 2012 from Hargraves. So back to Kate.
Yes, indeed. Our congratulations to 2492 Clint Bilson from Somerville in Victoria. And we can now announce the reserve champion, catalogue number 2732, Paul Werhurst from Kooyong in Victoria.
And the lovely trophy we see, it's a gilt metal horse and fence raised on a 3-tiered pine rosewood finished plinth, donated by Mr. John Kelly, equestrian friends in his memory, and first presented in 1986, awarded for the Australian National Champion Gentleman Rider, 17 years and over. And when you look back, it was first presented, it was won by the little master, John Fay. And then he won it for 4 years, and then Paul Anthanasoff, in fact, our judge, won it in 1991. And we had also Dale Plum and Michael Christie, and the names, and James Anthanasoff, and the list goes on of the winners. So Congratulations to them.
And as well as the trophy, Clint Bilson from Somerville will be winning a product prize for the Australian National Champion Gentleman Rider 17 years and over, supported by International Animal Health, and we thank them for that.
Well, we just have the announcement too of Class 95, the Anza Saddle Horse Gelding, 4 years and over 15 hands, not exceeding 16 hands. And there'll be celebrations at Bega with Helen Slater tonight because her daughter Sally Slater and also Bayview Toy Boy is the winner. Congratulations, Sally. Well done. And Sally's a delightful young lady, and her late father, Malcolm, was very much involved with the community, and there's a wonderful jump they built down at Bega this year in memory of Malcolm Slater as well. So Sally Slater from Bega, congratulations. Second place goes to catalogue 2169, Pearls, exhibited by Tia Richardson from Winmelly, New South Wales. Then we go along to third place to catalogue 1463, a Lower King's Realm, and that was Melinda and Miss Molly Rose Ether from Lower Portland, New South Wales. Fourth place goes to catalogue number 1696, Bon Voyage, and that's Nikki Jamison from Doonan in Queensland. In fifth place goes to catalogue number 2469, Sarah Young and Alex Howell's nomination from Moree, Willowcroft, Braveheart. And sixth place, congratulations to catalogue 1983, that's a GCE High Distinction with Stephanie and Tess O'Connor from Seaforth. So just to introduce us to the champions as they leave the arena for our gentlemen riders, it's over to Katie Day.
Thank you very much, and congratulations once again to Clint Bilson. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our gentlemen riders and our reserve champion, Paul Wilhurst from Kooyong in Victoria, who also wins the Betty J. Tupper Memorial Perpetual Prize for the reserve champion gentleman rider.
Thanks, Kate Day, and it's nice to see the lovely Janie Hicks now. She's a counsellor at the Sydney Royal Show. Her mum is Judy Street, and Judy Street was a wonderful shadowing rider. In fact, she was still competing, I think, when she was in her middle 60s, or she's still competing now. And she's 80 plus. And Janie Hicks is a delightful lady. Is this your lovely daughter too, is it? Her friend? Isn't that great? I see the resemblance, yes. So we'll talk to Janie very soon.
Well, Angus, I'm extremely excited to see that we've got the camp draft coming up very soon. The groundsmen are now setting up the camp in front of the members' stand. We cannot wait for this particular final, round 6, and the last 5 rounds, all of the competitor scores have been added up, and those who won first place got 4 points for that round, 3 points for second, 2 points for third, and so on. And now that we've been able to tally up these scores, we have a fairly good idea of the strongest contenders, and as they go into this final round, we'll see whether any of those placings change, but we certainly have such a great calibre.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the fanfare for our Supreme Champion exhibit, our Supreme Champion Turnout. Congratulations, and it goes to Fleur de Lis Mancini. Congratulations to Marjorie Waldo from Ripplewood in Victoria. And catalogue number 2398. So congratulations, they go forward. Put your hands together, give them a nice round of applause. Well done. And it's this is also carries with it the presentation of the Mary Wilsellen Memorial Perpetual Trophy. And Mary Louise Wilsellen, OAM, the Knight Gregson. And we have a lovely poem. Ladies and gentlemen, it was recorded by Mr. Bruce Walker. And it was read out at Mary's funeral, and we'd like to present this poem to you this afternoon in memory of the great Mary Wilsellen.
Mrs. Wills, there'll be a lot of sadness as each royal show comes around, for we will miss our Mary now that she's laid in the ground. We will miss her cheery greeting as she passes in her cart, just as each day is dawning when every showy makes a start. We'll miss the proudness of her exit as she returns from the big ring. Mostly blue that she is wearing, she is proud to wear the thing. We'll miss her conversations and old stories told with flair as she sits outside her tack room in the comfort of her chair. And when she rolls up there to heaven in a sulky or a gig, St. Peter's sure to ask her, to take him for a jig. And as they drive the hills of heaven, St. Peter will then find the thrill of having wind-blown faces as they leave their cares behind. Thank you.
Oh, God bless you, Bruce Walker. That's a beautiful poem, and it really is as a tribute to the late and the great Mary Louise Wills Allen, OAM, Nee, Knight Gregson, and from all her friends, we think of her today and look up to the sky, and God bless you, Mary. Thank you for the memories. So Special Class 684, Supreme Champion Turnout. Congratulations, Marjorie Walter from Ripplebrook in Victoria. So Katie Day, isn't that magnificent? Fleur de Lis Mancini, and it's signed by Chapel House Black Magic from the Out of the Dam Radlon request.
It is a spectacular trophy, and I think the last time I saw anything that big was the America's Cup.
Yeah, well, in fact, I was talking to your husband, John Day, and he said he presented one to you at Gate 9 here when you first met all those years ago, you know, and at the members' bar.
Can I tell you, Angus, it wasn't anywhere near that big.
And also, we had last year, that Supreme Champion, ladies and gentlemen, was won by Hudson Vamp with Robert and Charlotte and Edwina Duddy from Willow Tree, New South Wales. They're also breed some beautiful Angus cattle too. They won it the year before in 2014. Crystal Park Limited Edition, Reagan Proctor and Collins family. Show team from Mittagong was 2013. Cheslin's Prince William, and that was the Kia family from Dixon 2012. Ashley and Robin Allison Woods from Murrurundi won it in 2011 with Mayflower Bow Supreme. In Stillbrook Tabitha with the late Bryson, Joanne, Jeffrey and Richard Bensley from Goulburn won it in 2010. And Donnelly Victory won it in 2009. And of course, when we think of the prefix Donnelly, we think of the late and the great Mary Wills Allen. So it was also one with Heidi Stevens that drove for her as well with Donnelly Dancing Maid in 2005. So a very special award, the Mary Wills Allen Memorial Perpetual Trophy, and we do congratulate. They'll parade around the arena very soon for you to acknowledge them as they come by, and we really another big win to Victoria. So congratulations to them.
Absolutely, and Angus, we have two special classes to be decided between now and the count draft beginning at 4:30 this afternoon. We have our Best Australian National Saddle Horse Gelding under the watchful eye of our judge, Mr. Warren Long, and also the Special Class 761 Champion and Reserve Champion Delivery Horse Non-Traditional Australian Vehicle. And that's currently being judged underneath the Spotless Stadium screen.
Well, Katie Day, it's a great pleasure today, this afternoon, to have a very special guest, a delightful lady that's been a wonderful supporter for myself and giving all the up-to-date information on alpacas with a lovely daughter, and that is Councillor Janie.